Hello there. Right, I've been trying to stay out of this racist debate for the last week due to my circumstances, but I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't say how I feel with complete truth, because I'm as impartial as any white man can be in this argument. I'll explain how. My circumstances are, obviously, I'm a white Irish guy. My missus is a beautiful black Nigerian woman. I've got two mixed race boys who I love dearly. And from a previous relationship, I've got a gorgeous white daughter and white grandchild. Okay. So basically, I can be as impartial as any white man could expect it to be. And I always am anyway. I'm not racially motivated. I've no agenda. I just say it as I see it. And hopefully, I'm giving out some truths that somebody may pay some heed to. So this racial tension for the last couple of weeks, where's it sprung up from? Well, obviously, it was set off by the murder of George Floyd in another one of the United States' age-old problems of a white cop kills a black suspect. Now, I'm not going to get involved in the situation except to say that I saw the video and it was shocking. I mean, the black guy was subdued, handcuffed, sat on the footpath under a CCTV camera. Then he was taken 60 yards across the road behind a police car and basically was subjected to police brutality, which I believe, although it cannot be proven, I believe was racially motivated, and it cost him his life. So basically, it's a cut and dried case of second-degree murder in America, and the perpetrator will be and should be tried and convicted and sentenced according to USA law, and the other police officers who didn't stop this from happening, they should serve their justice as well. Okay, but I'm more interested in the aftermath, and the aftermath being a load of protests held by Black Lives Matter in cities all over the West. Now, the thing is, I'm going to attack this video by basically speaking to the white people, not the white people who were present at the protests, but any white people who may be racist or who were set against these protests. And also I'm going to speak to the black community as well. So to the white people, I say this, yeah? Simply, the white people, you are no longer the superior race on this planet. There may have been a case a couple of 100 years ago, yeah, due to the advantages you held with intelligence and education to claim you may have been the superior race. But it's the 21st century now, and basically them advantages have gone. Black people are just as intelligent and just as educated, if not more so, than any of us. So yeah, no, there's no longer a superior race. Never should have been to start with. Okay, now also, yeah, to white people I say this, do not believe that all prejudices hold the same sway. So for instance, yeah, holding a prejudice against a man for being black and holding against a man for being fat are two totally different things. And there's a simple reason for it, yeah. The fat guy, if he's offended, can get off his ass, lose weight, yeah, and he's no longer subjected, yeah, to that prejudice. A black man is black for life, so this prejudice can follow him for life. So they're two totally different things. And I'll give you an example. My beautiful black missus, 4 months ago, while filling up her car, yeah, at a filling station, was approached by a white guy, an asshole on a bike, who asked her how she could afford that car. He was talking to the hardest working woman I've met in my whole life. How dare he, right? But it reminded me of an incident in my childhood. See, my childhood in Dublin, I was severely mentally and verbally bullied for basically being different because we came up from the countryside and we sounded different. So we were thought of as gypsies and tramps just because we sounded different. And I put up with this for years and years as a child. But I remember once, one kid who hardly knew me asking me what car my father drove, basically to ascertain whether or not, I was a gypsy. Yeah. Now, I did tell him it was a Mercedes, but really, in hindsight, I should have told him I didn't have a car, that we had a horse and cart. Yeah. But I didn't. I wasn't that quick-witted back then. But basically, the gist is the same, yeah? Two people being prejudiced against, okay? But there's a massive difference, yeah? I grew out of that prejudice through childhood and into adulthood, and I left that country, so I left it all behind me, yeah? My missus, yeah, could leave this country and go to another country. She'll still be black, okay? So what I'm saying is the prejudice can still follow black people. That's why it cuts deeper, yeah, than prejudices against any other characteristic of a person. Now, another thing, and it's related to the same, is joking about racism. Now, don't want to be a killjoy. I love a great joke as much as anybody. Yeah, I love to have a good laugh. The world needs laughter, okay? But it's just people need to bear in mind, white people need to bear in mind that jokes about racism, yeah, do cut deeper than jokes about any other characteristics. just like I've pointed out. Yeah, you can joke about a guy having red hair. He can dye his hair. A fat guy can lose weight, etc. But a black person, yeah, if they're offended, yeah, by that joke, will carry it with them a lot longer. So I'm not saying end all jokes. Absolutely not. Yeah, but you have to be mindful. The same with TV programming. I don't want to see the end of Fawlty Towers or Only Fools and Horses, you know, because they've got racial jokes within them. Yeah, but people just need to accept that, yeah, a lot of black people will take the joke for what they are, but some will also be offended, and you have to accept that, you know, in this day and age, you can't willfully offend people that often. Okay, now another thing I want to say to the white people: stop using an excuse that you have a few black friends, which proves you're not a racist. Having a few black friends does not prove you're not racist, because we've all got friends who are our friends, but we all can have inside prejudices against them. We could be prejudiced against the way they talk, the way they walk, their choice of woman, yeah, you know, the job they do. So just having friends, yeah, black friends, doesn't exclude you from being a racist. Okay, if you're not a racist, have the courage, yeah, to stand up for yourself and say, I'm not a racist because of this. But don't say, yeah, don't try to use the fact that you know a few black people to justify you not being a racist. It's absolutely nonsense. Now, another thing I want to say to white people is, yeah, it's time for us to recognise, yeah, the achievements of black people in fields other than entertainment. So we all know, yeah, that black people are fantastic in sports. I mean, the speed and their fitness, the agility, the strength that they show, like especially black boxers, you know, just testaments to what a species the human male can be, you know. And also football, you know, so many black people, you know, excel at football. And in the music industry, black people have got a soul about them that very few white people can replicate. So with that soul and a beautiful voice, black singers can bring us to tears, you know. And there's fantastic black actors all over the world. There's Denzel, you know, there's Morgan Freeman, etc. Some of the best actors who've ever stood in front of a camera. But if you refer to black excellence only in entertainment, yeah, it will take black people back a couple of 100 years, especially to the United States, where their only purpose in life was to entertain, yeah, the racist white, you know, slave owners, okay? And mostly in things like, you know, death pits where they had to fight to the death. So we have to continue to recognise black people's achievements, you know, in fields like, you know, medicine and literature and art and science, just as much as we do in fields of entertainment, okay? So really, you know, white people need to understand they're no longer a superior race. They never should have been. Everybody should always have been equal from the beginning of time, but it's not been the case. But now is the time for that to be the case. Absolutely, yeah. Because the truth is, racism in the past, yeah, was as much about, yeah, power and superiority and inferiority complexes than it was about skin colour. Yeah, it was about one man exerting his power over another, yeah, because he felt superior and they felt inferior. Simple as that, you know. But as time has gone on, that superiority complex, yeah, has declined, and black people's inferiority complex has absolutely disappeared, and rightly so, because they are the equals of white people, okay? But as them have declined, you know, these complexes have declined, yeah, stereotyping of races has increased, yeah. So in order to end what I call modern racism, we need to get rid of the stereotyping, and stereotypings apply to all races, including white. So for instance, all white people are racists, yeah? All black people are criminally minded, yeah? All Asian, all Muslim people, Pakistani people are terrorist sympathisers. These kind of stereotyping of all races, yeah, are what need to be discarded with in order for us to remove racism from the world, you know. So when it comes to this stereotyping, this is where my message to the black community comes in, yeah. See, I believe that black people and all people are my brothers, yeah, and I believe that the black people through time, yeah, even to present time, have been wronged, absolutely, and disgracefully so, you know. But the thing is, black people have got the biggest part to play, yeah, as well as white people, in ending racism, because the black people need to do what they can to end the stereotyping, because if you think of it, you've got thousands of people out there protesting, white people and black people side by side, peacefully protesting. And in the background, you've got a few dozen, criminally minded people who are using the opportunity to smash into stores and to loot, and to steal stuff, Them people are doing this movement at an absolute disservice, because they're allowing the white racists to point and say, look, we told you what they were like, this is why we've got a problem with them, because this is what they do, they steal, they loot, they're criminals, so the black people need to get a hold of the situation. And actually, the Black Lives Matter movement need to be doing this. They need to get hold of these people, these black people mainly. Don't get me wrong, some white people looted as well, absolutely, and they need to get straightened out as well. What I'm saying is Black Lives Matter. If you really, really want people to see black lives, in a different light, you need to get hold of these looters, these handful, this small minority, who are doing your cause a disservice. But what do Black Lives Matter do? They send an activist last week, to BBC Radio for an interview. What does this black activist say regarding the protesters? I'll tell you what he said. Straight up. I'm not making this up. He said, well, we had a really good, peaceful protest. Nearly all the protesters were peaceful, but we do understand that maybe one or two people used it as an opportunity to steal some trainers. So when I watch videos of dozens and dozens of mainly young black men smashing into stores and walking out with 8-10 boxes of Nike trainers, this black activist actually saw one or two people steal a pair of trainers. Until people on all sides, cut out the bullshit, stand up, tell the truth, and say it as it is, this problem will never be resolved. So to Black Lives Matters, I say, whoever this activist of yours was, give him a boot up the ass. But I also say this, why didn't the BBC interviewer correct him? Because it doesn't fit the agenda for the BBC to let us know there was dozens and dozens of looters rather than just one or two. The truth is, until people stop lying on all sides, none of this shit will ever go away, And also to Black Lives Matter, I say this, and this is prevalent in the mind of white people. I'm telling you this now because I know, I hear everything I hear, okay? And it's this, if you want to be recognised as a legitimate movement and a real peace-loving movement who's just pushing for change, peaceful change, okay, what you need to do is you need to live up to your slogan that Black Lives Matter, meaning all Black Lives Matter. Okay, not just lives, black lives that lost at the hands of white policemen, because black lives are being lost worldwide. Every day of the week, all around the world, dozens of young black people are being killed every week by gangsters. In America. Okay, a 77-year-old black cop of 40 years who was trying to protect a store during the riots over in Minneapolis or Atlanta, wherever it was shot dead by looters. And no mention of him by Black Lives Matter. Why does his life not matter as much as George's does? Because his life doesn't fulfill an agenda, the agenda to create racial tension. People, white people, black people, wake up to this agenda, okay? George's murder gave a perfect opportunity to create racial tension. That's why it was news 24/7 for 2 weeks. The 77-year-old guy, I think he was called David Dunn, a police officer, black police officer, served his black community for 40 years, shot dead by looters. Okay? Putting that on the news 24/7 would not, create racial tensions, because it was a black on black killing. Black Lives Matter, live up to your name, okay? Now listen, the thing is, in these protests, right, you have seen thousands of white people standing up alongside black people, white people standing against their own race, for what is right, absolutely what is right, so it's time now for black people to replicate that and stand up against your own, the criminals among you, the looters among you, the murderers among you, just like the white people are willing for your cause, for the cause of the world, for righteousness, to stand up to other white people, black people. It's up to you to get rid of the stereotyping by rooting the bad percentage out of the community. Yeah, it's as simple as that. And when it comes to stereotyping, yeah, let me tell you another thing about stereotyping of black people, right? Yeah, it's well held thoughts, yeah, among a lot of white people that black women are the salt of the earth. They're the most hardworking, yeah, the most honest, the most loyal, yeah, of all God's creatures on this planet. Absolutely. And I've lived this, so I know. Okay, yeah, but black men have not got the same reputation among white people, yeah, and I'm sorry to say it, yeah, rightly or wrongly, I'm going to say it, a percentage, not a majority, but a large enough percentage of black men, in the opinions, yeah, of the world, yeah, do abdicate their responsibilities, yeah. They leave their women and they leave a lot of their children fatherless. So they leave young black men, yeah, angry, yeah, angry at being fatherless, mothers who can't control them, who are having to work 2-3 jobs a day just to keep a roof over the house, who do their best, who love their children unconditionally, but struggle to keep them out of the clutches, yeah, of a life of crime or of gang life. Yeah, it's simply the truth. It's not racially motivated. That is simply, yeah, what my eyes see and what many eyes see around the world. Okay. Now the thing is, yeah, when it comes to gang life, I've always wondered this: if I sat writing songs about killing people and slapping bitches and slashing hoes and, you know, putting mother F's in the ground and, you know, juking people and all this shit, I'd be arrested for hate speech. So why are rappers, yeah, why are gangster rappers allowed to spout all this, yeah, indoctrinating the minds of young men, yeah, with their words and not be held up for hate speech? It's all part of the same problem. It's all part of the same problem. You see, and the thing is, yeah, Black Lives Matter and other people are too quick to make excuses. When people mention about, yeah, you know, the prolific knife crime in London, and a big percentage of the perpetrators, yeah, are young black men stabbing other young black men. These are just the facts. Yeah, deal with it. These are the facts. You get a raft of people saying, well, it's to do with poverty and they don't get the opportunity. And, you know, what about Glasgow? They're all white stabbing Glasgow. You know, stop with the excuses. Accept the reality and do something about it. You know, it's nobody's lying. Nobody's lying about these figures, about these incidences. This is the way it is. Yeah, it's horrific. It's horrible. Every young life lost is a tragedy. Yeah, but lying about it, shoving the blame, passing the buck is not going to cure it. You know, and it's all part of the same problem. It's all part of stereotyping. Yeah, and it's all part of racism. Yeah, if you want to rid racism, we've got to rid all these atrocities, be they white on white, black on black, white on black, black on white, the whole lot. Yeah, we need to eradicate, yeah, poor human behaviour. Now, to me, like I said, I believe Black Lives Matter have a lot to answer for. Yeah, they will not accept that there's higher rates of, you know, knife crime among blacks. Yeah, you know, they will not accept that in the looting in the recent protests, the bigger percentage was black people. Yeah, they will not accept, yeah, that a lot of problems, yeah, in the black community are due, yeah, to gang affiliation. Okay, and they're always ready-made with their excuses. But it's time to stop excuses. You know, it's time to end the bullshit, you know, because at the end of the day, yeah, white people, it's time for you to hold up your hands, yeah, admit that you're racist and do something about it, yeah. Don't cover up behind the fact that it was just a joke, I didn't mean it. Listen, since this murder of George, I've had so many messages to my phone of racial intention, racial joking. I delete them as they come along, yeah. You know what I mean? I would not let my missus see this, yeah. But these are for people, yeah, who are promise you will stand there and claim they're not racist, that they've got black friends. So white people, yeah, face up to the fact you're no longer the superior race. Yeah, you've not got any superiority. In many cases, you're now inferior. Yeah, in so many areas, and maybe that's created a bitterness. Yeah, which has accentuated, you know, the racism. So white people, stand up to the fact that you're racist. Do something about it. Yeah, simple as. Yeah, black people, stand up to the fact that you've got problems within your communities, yeah, that are creating these stereotypes, yeah, that the white people are then pointing at and saying, look, you know, this is why we're racist. Yeah, the answer's between them all. But you know what? Yeah, the answer isn't, yeah, individually, because as individual and as little people, we've got very little say. So really, the real answer to racism is this, yeah? For us all to open our eyes to the fact that racism is an agenda. It's an agenda set from above, from the real powers in the world, yeah? Who through their puppets, the mainstream media and governments, yeah, are creating this great big melting pot of racism. And do you know why? Right? The powers that be want you divided. They want you to turn on each other. They want you at each other's throats, yeah? They want you at each other's throats, yeah? They want to see violence. They want to see conflict, yeah? They want to see civil disruption, okay? Do you know why? Because they profit from it, yeah? The powers that be profit 10 times more from a conflicting planet and from violence and wars and conflict than they do from a peaceful planet, right? Has history not shown you this? Yeah, the instigation of wars all through time, including the 2 world wars, the instigation from above of all them wars designed, yeah, for them to profit from. Racism is just another war they have designed, they've instigated, yeah, they've allowed to fester, yeah, in order to profit from. So white people, black people, just like you're doing at the protests, yeah, stand together shoulder to shoulder, yeah, but not against other white people, not against black people. Stand together shoulder to shoulder as individuals, as a race, as one race, the human race, yeah, against the powers that be, yeah, that would watch you all destroy yourselves, destroy each other, and not lose 1 minute's sleep over you, let alone lose any sleep over a guy called George Floyd in America. Guys, I speak the truth and I come from a position of love, truth and heart. Till next time, people, please look after each other, stay safe, take care, and bye for now.